Are the New York Knicks about to make a trade? Rumors surrounding this basketball team are heating up from very credible sources, and we got to talk about it. You're watching Knicks Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. Appreciate everybody for clicking on today's show. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, because no matter where we are, no matter what we're doing, when there are things to talk about with the Knicks, we're going to get you a video ASAP. It was my off day today, but if Leon Rose is about to make a deal, we got to break it down. Let's start with the beginning of the day. It's kind of a storyline and a timeline to follow. Ian Begley on his show, The Putback, today. Shout out to Ian. Shout out to SNY. He does awesome work over there, been covering the Knicks, and does an excellent job. He said on his show that the Knicks will be among teams that would be interested in the point guard, Jose Alvarado, if the Pelicans make him available. And you know what? He kind of mentioned this loosely, I would say. And then you go back and watch it and you start to piece together what he said. And he pretty much said it without saying it that, look, I don't want it to put words in his mouth. He didn't bring him up randomly. I'll say that. Whether or not there are rumors in New Orleans that they could trade the defensive-minded point guard Jose Alvarado, I haven't heard too much of that at this point. But Ian is one of the most tapped-in NBA insiders that cover this league, and I don't think that he would just randomly name drop Jose Alvarado if there at least weren't a little bit of back channeling or smoke going along with that. So you had that earlier today. And then my guys over at Big Nick Energy, shout out to them. They make awesome content, awesome swag, awesome Twitter account, and just great dudes over there. If you've been following this channel, you know that I have documented every step of their way, as they don't claim themselves as insiders, but they actually do have extremely reliable sources. And they are tweeting out, sources indicate that a potential trade for Jose Alvarado is highly likely, with a potential agreement expected in the coming week or so. So you hear about Ian Begley mention Jose Alvarado. Then you hear about Big Nick Energy saying this, and they follow it up by saying, we were told there's a 75 to 85% chance that this happens. So look, you can take that information how you will. You can digest it however you want. I'll just ask this question first. Do you think the Knicks should trade for Jose Alvarado? Defensive-minded point guard, a little bit undersized, been in the NBA since 2021, went to the Christ the King and Queens High School in New York, born in Brooklyn, local guy, 6 foot, 179 pounds, 27 years old. Do you think the Knicks should trade for Jose Alvarado? Why for yes and for no? Down in the comments, sound off for me. I am absolutely intrigued at this. I think one of the areas of need on this team, or let's think about it like this, some areas of need on the team, in my opinion, I think that they're a little bit thin at the big man spot. You got Mitchell Robinson, you got Karl Anthony Towns, and then it's Ariel Hukporti and it's Gershon Yabusele. An injury to Towns or Robinson, you could be in a spot you don't want to be in. So I think you're a little bit thin at the wing spot. You have OG, you have Mitch, you have Josh Hart. Outside of that, you don't have a wing, especially a young wing, not a young, lengthy, athletic, defensive-minded wing. You don't have that. And then I think the other one would be point guard. You have Jalen Brunson. Then you have Deuce McBride, who's really a combo guard, more of an off-ball guard. I think that's where he's at his best. And then you have Tyler Kolek, who I think at times this year has really played well. And he's brought something to the team when he's been on the floor, pushing the pace, ball handling, creation for others. And he's even been a sneaky scorer and sometimes reliable defender. Pesky defender is how I would say it. So I think another point guard could be that. Now, for Jose Alvarado and how does he fit in, I do think he would help with some guard depth. He's not your prototypical pound the rock, set the offense, orchestrate the show, take care of the basketball, and be a high assist per game guy. He's never averaged more than 4.6 assists per game, and that was last year. And prior to last year, or let's say excluding last year, he's never averaged more than 3.1 assists per game. And for his career, 3.1 assists, 1.1 turnover. So not a floor general or a dimer by any means, but he can handle the rock. And he's played in a lot of not a lot of playoff games. He's played in some playoff games before, 6 playoff games in his NBA career, and he was good there. 8 points per game, giving you 1.2 steals per game, shooting 48% from the field and 37.5% from downtown. He brings energy, kind of that junkyard dog type of mindset on defense. He's going to compete. He knows he's one of the smaller guys on the floor, so he's got to win with intensity, and his competitiveness is off the charts. And this is a move that I think the Knicks have maybe been looking at for a while. We've heard his name from time to time. So how does the deal get done? So I'm up on the NBA trade machine here, and Jose Alvarado makes $4.5 million. Who's in that range for the New York Knicks? We'll work from the top down. Guerschon Yabusele, $5.5 million. I think he could be traded. Miles McBride, $4.3 million. I think he could be traded, but only a part of a major deal. I'm not trading Miles McBride, and neither are the Knicks for Jose Alvarado. Pacome Dadier makes $2.8 million. So he could potentially be in the deal. Tyler Kolek makes $2.1 million. I don't think they would trade Huck Porty unless they're going to get another center. So you're looking at Kolek, you're looking at Dadier, and you're looking at Guerschon Yabusele. With Alvarado making 4.5 and Yabusele making 5, you got to add some more money going the other way. There's still $1 million in difference. So what if we got kind of weird with it and maybe add another Villanova player to the New York Knicks? What if we had Saddiq Bey going to the New York Knicks? That's $10.6 million added to the New York Knicks payroll, with them shipping out 5.5 for Guerschon Yabusele. Let's throw in Pacome Dadier. Now that is 8.3 going to New Orleans, and that is still 10.6 going to the Knicks. So the Knicks are still probably about $2 million away. Maybe we throw in Tyler Kolek. See if this will work out. That would be $10.5 million going to New Orleans and $10.6 million going to the New York Knicks. It says the trade failed because the New York Knicks are hard capped. You are over the allowable income by $80,000. So maybe they find a way to get it done. But I do think that there is some legs to this. And Jose Alvarado makes some sense for the New York Knicks. If there's a way for them to add Saddiq Bey to the fold, I'd be pretty pumped up about that. Maybe if you wait till December 15th and you want to add Jordan Clarkson, which I don't really want to do, and then you add Michael Peavy, a 24-year-old on their books, that's 12.8. Knicks sending out 12.8. The Pelicans adding 11.8. Trade still doesn't work. So I don't know exactly how to get the deal done, but I'll say this. If the Knicks want Jose Alvarado, Leon Rose wants Jose Alvarado, they can get it done. They will make a way happen. I'd love for them to get Saddiq Bey and Jose Alvarado. But wanted to get you guys that information. Sounds like the Knicks are interested or would be interested if he's made available. And then we have some deep rumors coming from Big Nick Energy. Shout out to them saying there's a 75 to 85% chance it does get done. Hey, if it does, we'll get you guys a video as soon as possible. So subscribe and turn those notifications on.